Well, hey, I see things are progressing. The growth is slow but sure, as is happening in your site, yeah?
Yes, yes. So it's slowed down probably the last 2 weeks a little bit. And
Yep.
I worked with Abbas on Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember which day it was now, just to tweak some of the campaigns. So hopefully it picks up in the next week or so. So
Yep.
I didn't actually have a look before I jumped on, but yeah, it's sort of slowed down. It was doing really well. We're getting, between 7 and 10 sales a week,
Yep.
or more.
Yep.
And then the sales sort of dropped, and they're sort of low value, which is fine. But yes, I think we've only had four this week, 4 or 5. I can't remember, but we were getting, between it sort of was 7, and then it went to 10, and it might have been more. I need to actually go and have a look. Haven't really had a chance, but it's steady, I guess. Mm.
Yep. And that's I was just saying to Michael before, businesses, because we've got a few of them, and I said, God, it's just not, it's just, you know, the real grunty business is it's not created in weeks a month. It is created over years.
Yeah.
Um, and
Any
it's quite
business.
a journey.
Yeah, any business. Like my husband, we bought a business. It's my husband's business, and it's not an online one because you can't really put it online. Um, it's all to do with the gaming, the gaming. So he does outdoor laser
Right.
strike, and it's nearly 10 years we've been managing it for. And the first probably 3 years was really building it up and building up the reputation because it lost its reputation. So we didn't get it cheap. We paid for it, but we've built it up now, so I reckon it would be worth double of what we paid for it. And it's a steady income for him, which is really good, and pays all the bills and gives us a little bit to invest.
Right.
So yeah, so it's doing really well. So nearly 10 years. But yeah,
Wow.
it took a bit to turn it around, let people know that we're there, and it's got a good reputation. So yeah,
Yep.
I understand that it's not an overnight success. It's rare, and it's those young entrepreneurs that find a niche, unique niche in the market that, they're just smart, and that's still not overnight. There's still a lot of hard work that goes into it. But
There's something I've actually observed about those sort of what you call young entrepreneurs who hit the niche and make it big, because they don't generally have the lessons and the hard knocks and the understanding. They generally, from my observations, it all falls apart.
sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Some of them do very
And
well.
some of them do. Some of them
I
do.
think then too, they go on to sort of, lecture and give their advice, and really, it's not realistic, about a business. So, but yeah, sometimes they do fall down. Some of the big businesses that have been around for years fall down too. It's just,
They do. They
yeah,
do. And then there's the doom and gloom merchants who talk about, I will never forget the economists talking about zero and the fact that it's still running at a loss 6 years into its build, and it's running at $1 million something loss. It's never going to make it. Now you look at zero and go, those people had no idea what they were talking
they
about.
really didn't. They really didn't. It's a very good software system. It is,
Yeah.
and it's so popular. Like
Yep.
it's just everyone's got it. We use MyOb. I've used MyOb for over 20 years, so
Yeah.
I've just stayed with that. But they're similar, I guess, in their functionality. But
Sort of. I used to be mild through and through, and then I one of the companies I bought was on zero, and I was like, oh, we're not doing mild anymore.
yeah, well, I think it's similar. They're not the same, but they're similar.
Yep.
But I think Zero outshines Mile. So
Yeah,
one day I'll move
yeah,
around.
zero just they just focused on on the user experience, and what does the user need to get out of this as quickly as possible, and that was what changed the game, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and they do. It's very simple to use. It's
Yep.
easy to use. You get out what you want from it. And then they've got all these add-ons, HubDoc. You can pull an invoice from, a PDF, put it in HubDoc, and it does the conversion, most of it. It's very minimal data entry. So it's
Yep.
really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Um, I've just got a few questions to ask you. It's not a biggie. Are you happy with your position and where you are and all good?
Yeah, yeah, yep,
Yep.
yep. I've moved it up, so
Right. All
not.
good. So you would have. you would have done a bit of homework before you decided where you were going to go with launching into e-commerce. So
Did.
what what were you looking to achieve going into the e-commerce field?
Um, okay, so initially, I just wanted my own business. I've wanted that for a while. I really wanted my own business, and I compared, um, you know, established businesses that were for sale with online businesses, and I decided to go down the path of an online business. It was more to supplement an income, but also be able to move away from my full-time hectic life to something, and transition to something that's a better work-life balance, but also something I can do when I do eventually retire. So yeah, I'm sort of still achieving that, I guess, still working on that, but yeah.
No, what I'll say, I'll make one interesting comment on that. Yeah, people who come to me, Trudy, and just say, I just want the money. I actually don't take them on because we only have 10 spots because I can't have 150 people doing this because we couldn't get around them all. So
No,
we people who just say, I just want the money,
yeah,
we don't take them on because what we find is money's not a big enough motivator. You've got to want more than that to
yeah.
want to make a business work. So your comments were very, very interesting there.
Okay, yeah, and it's
Very,
hard work. It's hard work. It's not something you can't expect that it's going to be in 3 months you're going to be able to move from where you work to running the online business.
but it's progress to the direction you want to go, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a step forward, correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. You would have done a bit of research. There's lots of other providers out there who promise the world or just short of it. What what made you decide to run with Dropship Australia with our crew?
Okay, I did it. As you said, I did a lot of research. I I probably spent 4 or 5 months just looking and reading up and deciding what's legitimate and what's a scam. I had a few years earlier done an online business. Not It was one that I bought off the shelf. The support wasn't there, the structure, the program. They kind of let you, do sort of video, what do you call it, video sort of training, and then there was no support after that unless you bought their major package, which was quite expensive. So um, we Dropship Australia when I came across that, and after speaking to you and Michael quite a few times, I decided I'd give it a go, and
Yeah,
I don't regret that. So
yeah, it's really cool to hear. Thank you. We've got actually we must we've just started creating sort of like avatars for these for stores. I'll get Michael to send you across the avatars that we created for
okay.
one of our stores,
Mhm.
because they kind of go viral and people get hooked on the messaging, and it's quite. We've created a dog avatar. I'll
Oh,
get Michael to send it across to you and let us know what you think of it because
I
it's
would, yeah, yeah, I'd love that. I love animals. I love it. We've got two dogs, so that would be
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, that would.
Yeah, I'll get that across to you because we've even managed to get them to represent one of our other products lines. It's nothing to do with dog food. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because of the way they play with it and because of just the depth of the imagery, it's all AI and you can see it's AI, but it's fun and it's engaging.
Yeah.
And when we've released it into the market, it's just gone crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
amazing.
I,
That's
it, I'll get Michael to send it across to you this afternoon so you can have a look at. Just let us know what you think of it.
I will. I will.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah,
cool.
I love that. I love AI is amazing, isn't it? I just love it. Can't
Well,
use.
yeah, absolutely, and it's letting us do things as sort of smaller companies that only the big boys could afford.
Yep.
The sort of stuff that we're managing to do with what I was just talking about. 5 years ago, that would have been a $150 to $200,000 budget,
Yeah,
which is just out of our league for what our profit margins are on any particular store. But
yeah.
now, when you can do it for a few hundred US dollars, suddenly it becomes you can do it.
It's affordable. Yeah, it's affordable, very affordable, not just in online, you know, online businesses, but everywhere.
Yeah,
But what
and we've had some fun with it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I love it. Oh, I say this is what I think. I think it takes the hard work out of complex tasks. That's how I see it. It
I
makes
think
everything
that's
much easier.
a
Mm.
great summary. Hey, I think that's about right. Yeah. So, just tell me about how your experience has been since you've got started with Dropship Australia.
Okay. It's been a very good experience. So the support is excellent. It's amazing. Your team are really, really good. And nothing's any trouble. If I have a problem and I reach out to them, they get back fairly quickly. And the training is valuable. I'm still learning about the Google and Facebook campaigns, but I'm getting better. I'm understanding it better. It's because I'm so busy. It's getting time in my day to practice on that, which I'll get. I'm yeah. The worst busy part is over now, so I should be able to start freeing up some time and focusing more on that. That's ideally what I want to do because that's my long term goal. So, but
Those those one-on-ones with the bus, are they working in
they're
terms of
very
getting
good.
you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. I just haven't had a lot of time to practice. But yeah, as I said, sort of moving forward from now, I should be able to free up a bit of time. But yeah, it is. It's good. It helps me to understand, I guess not only what it's going to achieve, but also how to get there. So and just yeah, learning how to use it and what, I guess the best outcome for me would be, with those campaigns because yeah, and that's what we've just worked on. So yeah, it's good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, look, the learning goes on. I'm still learning.
yeah, I know. We do every day, don't we, about so many things. But yeah, it is good, and I look forward to it too. So I enjoy it. So yeah.
Great stuff. And look, finally, what would you say to someone who might be considering using Dropship Australia?
Okay. Well, I would ask them to do the research and have a really good look, but also to speak to yourself and Michael, not because to be convincing, but just to understand what's involved and what resources you can provide to them to assist. They've got to understand it's a real business and it takes time and consistent effort. But in saying that, I've learned so much and I've built, a business now. It's, I'm getting sales. I'm getting an income, a very small one, but it's really being invested back into the advertising to build up that sales. So eventually I can take a small income. But I would say if you're serious and you're prepared to put in the effort and the hard work, yes, I'd say Dropship Australia is a really good investment. Really good investment.
Thank you, Trudy. That's great to hear. Just touching on you, talk to me or Michael. I do my best not to sell. People
Yes.
this is either them and they want to do it. I give them the facts, I give them the information. I don't want to sell anything to anyone they don't want to do. They either want to do this or like yourself, or if they're unsure, then come back to me when you've worked it out.
Yeah, and that's what you did with me. I feel like when I spoke to you the first time, you weren't trying to sell me the business. You were opening my eyes to it as what's involved, and not just time wise and effort, but financially as well. So, and I could see that you weren't selling it just to anyone, like you said earlier on. If they're out there just for the money to get buy a business to make money, it's not. It's not going to happen. They've got to put in effort. As I said, it's a real business. It takes effort. Mm.
Awesome stuff, Trudy. Hey, look, thank you so much for putting the time and effort aside to do this for us. And it's
No,
also really good to me to get that benchmark as to where we're up to and how our clients are,
yeah,
responding to what we're trying to do. And to hear things like, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want people sold. I get people, on the line to me and they push like hell, to sell me stuff. And it's like,
yeah, yeah.
go away.
Yes, we do. Yeah,
But also when I think when you push people into things and they end up with that buyer's regret. And if you
yeah.
do that to someone who's looking at going into a business, they're going to fail. And
Yes.
that's not fair for anyone.
No,
That's not on.
no. They've got to have a genuine want to work hard on building the business. Yeah. And yeah, you do. You're right. Like I know that you get people ringing you, or you're in a shop and they're pushing you to buy this or look at this or do that, and you say no, and then eventually you take it just to stop that pressure. But yeah, you might just throw it out if it's a leaflet, or just ignore it, or yeah. So yes, you're right.